Good evening. Today is Monday, June 15th, and I am here with this beautiful 1972 Ford LTD convertible. This is one of only a few thousand LTD convertibles produced, made even more of a rare bird with its 400 cubic inch V8 under the hood. The car, from its documentation, has remained in New England its entire life. It was delivered new in Maine, and I acquired it from a previous owner in Plainfield, New Hampshire, along the Connecticut River there. I know the previous owner took exceptional care of the car and drove it regularly too, adding about 8,000 miles in the 8 years that he owned it. In preparation for the sale, we did a pretty comprehensive service, the details of which can be viewed in the gallery. The result is an LTD that runs, drives, and stops very well. It's an absolute pleasure to take out with the top down. And in this video, I'm going to give us a close look at the interior and exterior of the car, give you an idea of the excellent current condition the car is in. As noted in the listing, there are a handful of small chips here on the hood. And overall, the bright work and paint have held up really nicely. These tires, these Nexen narrow white walls, these have 2025 date codes, so those are practically new. New shocks in 2017 as well. This convertible top is a replacement that was installed sometime under previous ownership. The factory color would have been white, but this is a power top as well, and that is in like new condition, with the exception of I think some residue of some kind in two places below the rear window. Circling back to the passenger door, we do have a chip right on the body line there. Another one a bit lower down. And there are some scrapes here on the driver's side of the bumper here. And then a chip a little bit larger than the size of a pencil eraser on the edge of the trunk lid. Now, one thing to point out here on the quarter windows, on both sides the weather seals are deteriorated. Would recommend replacing those. They're still watertight. We've tested that by washing the car, so the whole cabin's still watertight. One thing to point out. Then to close, probably the most notable blemish on the car is this scratch here that's been touched up. That is ahead or above the driver's front wheel. And another small chip there that's also received some touch-up paint. And so that about rounds out our exterior tour. Next I'll put the top down and we can get a look inside. And moving inside, the car retains its original white vinyl upholstery throughout, which has held up pretty well. And inside, everything works and works well, with the exception of the clock on the dash. There are no cracks in any of the wood trim or steering wheel, and no cracks on the dash either. Even that fasten seatbelt light comes on, and you'll notice the under dash courtesy lights are on with the door open. It's really fun to see. And then one other thing to point out noted in the listing is the upholstery is torn here on the bottom portion of the driver's seat. And there is our ashtray for rear seat passengers. Favorite touch. Loop around to the passenger side. And there is a top boot that will go with the car. I'll upload photos of that separately. And so that about rounds out our tour of this 1972 Ford LTD convertible. Please don't hesitate to get in touch with any questions, either via the comments or the contact seller button, and I'll be glad to chat. Thanks so much for watching.